You know that insurance renewal notice that shows up in your mailbox? Yeah, most of us see it, let out a little sigh, and just file it under bills to pay. But here's the thing. Just paying it and moving on is a huge, and I mean a surprisingly common financial mistake. So today, we're going to dig into what's really going on when your policy renews, and more importantly, how you can take back control.
And that's the thing, right? It's such an easy trap to fall into. We think, hey, nothing's changed for me, so the policy must be the same. But here's the deal. Behind the scenes, your insurer is basically running the numbers on you all over again. They're reevaluating your risk from scratch, and that's where the danger lies. This assumption that everything's the same can lead to you being underinsured right when you need that coverage the most.
So, okay, if it's not just a simple copy-paste job, what is changing? And we're not talking about some tiny tweak in the fine print. We're talking about fundamental shifts that can completely change the protection you thought you had. Yep, every single year, these four big things are basically up for grabs. Your premium can jump, even if you haven't made a single claim. The actual terms of your coverage can be reworded to mean something totally different. They can add new conditions you have to meet. And, this one's a biggie, things that were covered last year can suddenly, poof, be excluded. Okay, so let's flip the script for a second. Let's try to see this from the insurer's point of view. Why are they even making these changes? It's not random, I promise. There is a whole reassessment process happening, and understanding it is the key to protecting yourself.
This is so important to get. A renewal isn't just a continuation. It's a brand new beginning. Your old policy? It's gone. This new one is based on what's called an active risk reassessment. Honestly, you should think of it like a new job interview every single year. Your insurer is deciding if they even want to offer you a contract, and if so, on what terms.
And here's the part that blows most people's minds. It's not just about you. I mean, sure, they're looking at your claims and if you pay your bills on time. But they're also looking at the bigger picture. The cost of lumber goes through the roof. Well, your home insurance premium might go up too. A new law about car safety features comes out. That can impact your auto policy. It's why your rate can increase even when you've done everything right.
All right, enough about them. Let's bring it back to you. What can you actually do to avoid these nasty surprises? Well, I've got a simple but super powerful checklist that's going to put you right back in the driver's seat.
And seriously, listen to this. Just a few minutes of your time can prevent a staggering 90% of potential problems. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. A quick check now could literally save you from the nightmare of finding out you're not covered after something has already gone wrong.
Okay, you ready? Here's your four-step game plan. First, the premium. If it's higher, don't just shrug and accept it. Ask them why. Second, check your deductibles. Have they quietly jacked up the amount you have to pay out of pocket? Third, and this is the big one, your mission is to hunt for two words, exclusion and condition. This is where they hide surprises, like a new rule that says you're no longer covered for flood damage. And finally, the easy stuff. Is your address right? Is your car model correct? You would not believe how often tiny errors can cause huge problems later.
So how do we wrap all this up and put it into practice? It really boils down to one thing. Shifting from being a passive person who just accepts whatever comes in the mail to being a proactive person who's in charge. Let's look at what that actually means. You know, this chart lays it out perfectly. Instead of just tossing that envelope on the to-do pile, open it up a few weeks early. Instead of just assuming it's the same, call your insurer and ask a simple question. What's changed from last year? Don't just look at the price tag, look at the value you're getting. This is the difference between being a victim of your policy and the master of it.
And I got to give you a quick heads up about auto renewal. I know, it's convenient, right? It feels like one less thing to worry about. But that convenience can be a total Trojan horse. It just lulls you into this false sense of security, all while smuggling in higher premiums and sneaky coverage cuts when you're not looking. Look, if there's just one thing you remember from all of this, please let it be this. This isn't just about shuffling papers or paying a bill. It's that one moment each year where you and your insurer get to reevaluate the risks in your life and agree on a plan. It absolutely deserves your attention.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Did you get married this year? Have a baby? Maybe you renovated the kitchen or started a new job from home. You know, life doesn't stand still, and your insurance shouldn't either. Your renewal is your annual chance to make sure the protection you're paying good money for actually matches the life you're living today. So, does it?